Hi everybody, it's Kathy, and I'm here to show you how to make this cute little mini pocket slash folio to include in your journals. I was inspired to do this by Treasure Books, and she made an actual one from 12 by 12 paper, so I changed it up a little and I added some journaling pages in it so it actually becomes like a mini folio. So let me show you what it looks like. I have a pocket on the front with a little tag. There's another little pocket, and I put in a ticket with something to journal on. And as you can see, it has a string closure, just like that. And on the inside, it has a couple of pockets. It has a pocket going this way. I have a little journaling spot there. And it has a place to put things this way. Little pocket, tuck spot there. It has journaling paper in the center. And on this side, it has a pocket in the back. I made a little file folder and included something there. Okay, so let's get started. I'll start by showing you the materials. If I can find the materials, I will show them to you. Here they are. Okay, so you need one piece of 6 by 6 paper. Make sure it measures 6 by 6. Sometimes they don't, and it all depends where you cut off the little circle, the extra strip at the top. You need one piece of copy paper, or actually really a half a piece of copy paper. You need a half circle punch, half-inch circle punch if you have it. That's optional. You need 2 small brads, little ones like this. You need a hole punch or a pokey tool. I'm using this hole punch so it can reach across to make the hole where I need it, and I'm also using a regular hole punch. You need string, glue. I'm using a sewing machine. You don't have to, but I think it's a little easier. You need scissors. A paper trimmer is optional. You're only going to use the trimmer to trim your journaling paper. And any mini ephemera that you have to decorate it. You need some distress ink. That's also optional. I'm using Vintage Photo. And a bone folder is helpful, although optional as well. Okie doke. I'll leave that there for a second if you want to take a screenshot. Okay. Next, I'm going to show you the steps. Oh, I think this was better steps. You might want to take a screenshot of that, and I'll show it to you as we go along. The first thing we're going to do, well, let me leave it there for a second. You can take a screenshot. And I'll show it between each step. First thing we're going to do is we're going to fold our 6 by 6 paper in half diagonally. Okay? So decide which one you want to have on the outside. I'm going to use this one. And folding it diagonally, you want to line it up as best as you can. It does make it easier. But if it's not perfectly aligned, we can also do some trimming. Take your bone folder and give it a nice crease. Then what you're going to do is you're going to fold in 2.5 inches. So since I have the kind of mat that I can measure on, I'm going to measure 2.5 inches from one side, 1, 2.5, and make a mark. And 2.5 inches from the other side. Oops. 1, 2.5, and make a mark. I'm going to put this back so you can see it a little better. And then I simply take my bone folder to start it and then fold it, because with the cardstock it's a little more difficult to make your fold. Okay, crease that well. And the other side as well. I'm going to take my bone folder, I'm going to get it started. And we're going to fold that over. And it doesn't quite go over to the other side. Okay. So far we did step 1, we folded it in half diagonally. Then, I forgot to tell you, when you fold the ends in, the fold line should be at the bottom, facing your tummy. And then you fold the ends over 2.5 inches from each end. So it almost looks like an envelope. Then we're going to open up to square with a main fold in the vertical position. So we're going to open it up to a square, and the main fold we want to turn so it's in a vertical position. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to fold the top down, and we want to make sure the bottom is over the top. This helps later on so that your pockets are in the right position. And what you want to do next is make a little mark on both sides. I wanted to put glue on the outside of this one, that's why. And then this one on the inside. So that you come up with a full pocket after you glue it, okay? Like that. And we're gonna wait just a second so that dries. And I'm going to actually fold it. I want to crease that again, crease it really well, just like that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my journaling paper, which I've already cut out, and my journaling paper is two and a half inches by 4 3/4 inches. My journal paper is 2.5 inches by 4 3/4 inches. You might want to take a screenshot of this. The pocket we're going to make is 1.5 inches by 2 1/4 inches. And the tag for the pocket is 7/8 inch by 2 inches. So journaling paper is 2.5 by 4 3/4. And I've taken simply 4 of them that I've already measured. Going to stack them, and I'm going to fold them in half. Now at this point, if you chose, you can put some ink on them. And I'm going to do that. And you want to make sure you get front and back. Okay, and I'm not going to spend the time now, but you want to make sure you go through it and do it to all the pages. Now here's your choice next. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this to my sewing machine and sew this down. If you weren't going to do that, you could staple your journal pages in, or you could use a pokey tool to put them in as if you were putting them in a regular journal. But I'm simply, for me, it's much easier just to sew them. I'm going to do that right now. Okay, so what I did is I sewed this right into place. Then I want to make sure it's good and solid there. Next thing I want to do, and this is the last step, Well, the last step for making the base of this is we want to fold it in half. Where is it? Here it is. Like this, and fold the ends back on each side, just like that, okay? So we're gonna fold it right where these meet. And as you can see on here, one is a little lower than the other. That's okay. We can always trim it if need be, or we can just say, that's okay. It'll be fine, which is what I'm going to do. Handmade things aren't always perfect, are they? We try to do our best. But I did that on both sides. I folded it back on both sides. When you open it up, you want to make sure that the bottom fold is on the bottom. This one. The one that's on top is at the bottom. The one that's folded on top is at the bottom. Because that tells you that this is the right side. This is the correct side. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put glue only down the bottom edge of the triangle. Just like that. And the same with the back. Only down the bottom edge of the triangle. Just like that. Now, for the pocket, I'm going to put a little pocket on the front. I'm just going to do it in, I don't really have another color. This will do. I'm actually going to take this up for a second because I want this to go underneath that. And I'm going to use my circle punch and make a notch in it. Just a little notch. A little bigger than that. Just like that. And then I'm going to glue down the edges, the bottom and the sides. And I'm going to put that right into place. Then I need to apply more glue because I had to rip it up because I didn't think before I did it. And I'm going to put that right back down. And what that does, that gives you a little pocket here as well. It needs a little more glue. Now for the little tag. Your tag is 7/8 inches by 2 inches. I use the little domino, see if I have any to show you. The little domino digis that you can get. These. And I just cut those out. And then I mounted it on some cardstock to make it a little thicker and put a hole in the top. And I'm going to put this string in the top. And come on, my fat fingers. Trim that. Stick that in. Come on, stick it in. Loosen up. Come on. I'm going to get my bone folder under there. Oh my goodness. That's stiff. Knowing me, I probably glued it down. Sometimes I'm not thinking and I just do stuff like that. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to punch a hole in this for our closure. So, unfortunately, this hole punch doesn't fit all the way. You know what? I'm going to use it anyway. Just like that. So if you have a regular hole punch, go for it. And right like that. Okay. Next, now that I've done that, I'm going to take that same red paper and I'm going to punch out 4 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okie doke. It's amazing how many tools they have. Many of them we don't need, but how much easier they make journaling and creating. And then I'm going to take these, and before I glue them together, no, I'm going to glue them together first, and then I'm going to punch the hole in them. I'm going to put 2 back to back. That just makes it a little steadier, a little thicker, a little sturdier. I didn't mean steadier. I don't know how paper can be steadier. Okay. Then I'm going to take my hole punch again and try to get it in the center. I almost got it in the center there. Of course, it's all blocked up. Then there. And I'm going to take my brad, put it through 1. I do want to ink these up a little bit to get rid of the white on the edges. Okay, and I always like to start the brad a little bit first. And I'm going to put that in there. And then on the other side, we're going to take the other brad and we're going to put that right in. Oh, I don't know what I'm thinking. I closed it up. Duh. Oh, and I didn't ink up the edges on this one. I think I get more ink on my fingers. This ink does not come out. And there we go. Then I want to take some string. I'm going to go around the back and I'm going to wrap it. And tie it in a knot. Make sure. There. Tie it in a knot. Whoop. There we go. And you don't even have to tie this in a knot. This is wax string and it's not gonna come off. Then we're gonna take it around the front and wrap it around. And we can trim this off as well. Okay, now I want to make something to put here, so I'm going to take my ticket. You can take whatever you want and stick it in there. I have a little ticket. They always come in handy. Smudge it up a little bit. Okay. And then on the back of my ticket, I kind of want a piece of paper that folds out. So I'm just going to take a little piece. And I'll cut it off there. And all I do is fold in the center and the center, fold back out, fold it back out. Oh, wait a minute. What did I do? Help. There we go. I got this. I got this so crooked. Fold that and fold that. And we want it to be able to open up so people have a little spot to write in, a silly little spot, right? ink it up a little bit. And as I said, we should ink the whole thing. I'm just gonna ink it just a bit. Okay, then I'm just gonna stick it right on the back here. So it's kind of a surprise. Bingo. We could put a little something on it, but I don't have that something right available, so you get what I'm going for, right? Well, come on in there. It's kind of hung up here. Oh, duh, it's hung up with the brad. There we go. Okay, and let's open it up. And we need something here. But what I want to do first is I want to take the circle punch and I want to cover up those holes, those brads. Just because they might get stuck. This won't cover them all the way up, but it'll cover them enough that it won't catch on anything. And probably if I'd used a 1 inch rather than a 1/2 inch on this, that would be better. Okay. Next, in this pocket, I took out a couple of things that I have. These were from Tim Holtz's collection, his card collection. So I'm just going to put one of these. Let's see. I think this red one goes pretty well. Noted. And can ink that up a little bit because it is very white inside. And what you also could do is we could make this a, what do you call it? No, we're not going to do that. We could make it a file folder, but we're going to just put it in. We want to make sure that it's open enough, and then this slides right in, just like that. Now we also have place for a pocket here, I think. No, we don't, because we glued it. We also can place this in there. I had an extra. Then we have this journaling spot, and then we need something for back here. And I have this little one. I want to ink this up. And we'll place that back here. And you also could decorate this. You could put some lace, make it really cute. But that's kind of the basics of this little mini folio pocket. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'd appreciate if you give me a thumbs up, or a comment would even be better. But I'd love to see if you try it. Send me a photo. Have a good one. Thank you for watching. Bye. Stay well.